Hi everyone, Chef Sarah here with the Sylvia Center. We're a nonprofit specializing in providing food and nutrition education in New York and Columbia County. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do. That way you can get more videos like this one. I'm sure you've noticed this beautiful bowl of veggies in front of me. So since this is week 5 of our Pancake Passport series, we are making our Korean vegetable pancake. So it's packed with tons of veggies. The reason I love this recipe is because it's a really good way for us to eat the rainbow. This might have been something you've heard before, is eat the rainbow, and I'm going to explain why it's important to try to eat veggies of all different colors and not only stick with one type of veggie. I'm going to grab my cheat sheet so I can make sure I'm giving you all the great information. Okay, so we're going to start with red. So when you're eating red vegetables, so think of apples, peppers like this one, beets, cranberries, cherries, all of those red fruits and veggies, they are going to help reduce the risk of cancer, boost your immune system, and enhance brain and heart health. So you want to pack your diet with tons of red fruit and veggies. Okay, let's move on to orange. Today for orange we have carrots. Other orange fruits and veggies include oranges, mangoes, pumpkin, apricots. So when you eat orange fruits and veggies, it helps to boost the immune system, optimize eye and skin health. So when you eat carrots, you're really helping to get really great eyesight. So you want to eat lots of orange veggies. All right, so let's move on to green. There's so many amazing green veggies, especially right now in the middle of summer. So today we're using zucchini. I have some green onions. I also have some leeks here. Also, when you're thinking about green veggies, you can think about collard greens, kale, lettuce, avocados. I could list a million. The reason that green veggies are so good for you and fruit is, once again, they're anti-inflammatory and they're vital for brain and heart health. And they also help to support the liver. So make sure you're packing everything with tons of green veggies. Okay, so next we have yellow. Today I have corn. Other yellow veggies include squash. Let's see what else we have. Squash, bananas, lemons, pears, pineapple. All of these are going to help, once again, anti-inflammatory. They're going to promote skin, brain, and heart health. So make sure when you're making a salad, you throw in a handful of some yellow veggies. All right, let's move on to one of my favorites, which I actually don't have any today. It's the one that we don't have any going into this veggie pancake, and that is blue and purple. So there aren't tons of blue and purple fruit and veggies, but when you do see them, it's usually blueberries, blackberries, cabbage, eggplant, grapes, things like that. And those are also anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, and good for the brain. So try to pack in as many blue and purple fruits and veggies as you can. Okay, so we're going to move on to our last one. So our last one is white and tan fruit and veggies. So a lot of times when we think of fruit and vegetables that are really, really nutrient dense, we're thinking of those darker fruits and veggies. Usually the darker they are, the more nutrients they have. But this is actually not the case with white and tan fruits and veggies. They actually carry tons of nutrients. So for white and tan, you want to think of mushrooms, garlic, ginger, cauliflower, coconut, so many amazing things. And these are, once again, anti-inflammatory, promote healthy liver, and hormone health. So I'm going to put my cheat sheet away. But when you're making a salad or fried rice or a Korean vegetable pancake, you really want to look and think of how many different colors of the rainbow you are eating and how many different nutrients you're able to get when you eat all the different colors. So I'm going to go wash my hands and we'll get started on that Korean vegetable pancake. You can see in this bowl I have tons of veggies that are washed and cut, ready to go. As we were discussing earlier, we're going to eat the rainbow. So I have carrots, mushrooms, green onions, red peppers, corn, zucchini, a little bit of jalapeno, And I also have some leeks here. So I have the bowl full of water, so I'm not going to pour it too much. A leek. This is what a leek is. It looks very similar to a green onion. Let's see if I can. It actually kind of looks like a much larger version of that green onion. So a leek has a lot of those same onion flavors, but it's a lot more mild. You're never going to cry when you cut this like you might with a regular onion. The reason that I have it soaking in water is because there's so much dirt inside of each one of these little pieces. There's sand and dirt. So by soaking it in water, it's going to get all of those little sandy dirt pieces out. So once we're ready, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to add that to our vegetable mix. Okay. And the bottom of that bowl is full of all of that sand. All right, so now in our bowl, you can see once again we have so many amazing veggies. I'm going to give that just a quick little mix so it really does look like the rainbow there. I could just eat that like that. It's a beautiful little salad. Add some lettuce and we're good to go. Okay, so to make our Korean vegetable pancakes, we do need something that's going to kind of bring this together. Obviously, everything's pretty chunky, so we're going to add a little bit of flour and a little bit of water to bring it together. I did leave these in larger pieces, but you could also grate everything. You could grate the carrots, you could grate the zucchini. I left them, as you can see, in some little chunky pieces, but if you wanted it to be a little bit finer, and not such large pieces, you could definitely use that grater, or you could dice them smaller. Okay, so to make this pancake, first of all, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And I'm going to also add just a little touch of pepper. Okay, and we'll give that a quick mix. Okay, and at this point, I'm going to add a few scoopfuls of flour. And once again, I'm just going to mix that to coat everything up. Okay. And same with, I just added about a half a cup of water. And I have a little bit extra water close by in case we need it. Okay, so you can see this is nice and thick. You can see all those veggies in there. I'm going to go wash my hands and get my grill pan ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I have my griddle here, and I am heating it up. I'm using this today, but you could definitely use a saute pan. Would work just as well. If you're using non-stick, you don't need much oil or pan spray. But if you are using a regular pan, you'll need a little bit more oil just to make sure this doesn't stick. I'm just going to actually spray this with just a tiny little bit of spray. It really doesn't need much at all. You could also use just a tiny bit of oil. It is steaming, so you can tell it's nice and hot. I'm just going to give this one last mix. And it's up to you if you want large pancakes or small pancakes. So I'm going to make these pretty big. So I'm going to, oh, you can hear that sizzle. And these are very chunky, so you just want to make sure they cook all the way through. Okay. Ooh, those are going to be amazing. Okay, I'm just going to set this to the side for now. Okay, and I also always make sure I have a spatula handy. That way I'm not running around trying to find one when they're ready to flip. While we're letting these get super crispy, I'm going to make a quick dipping sauce. This is a great dipping sauce because it actually involves no chopping or cutting, so it is very easy. All you need is a container and a little fork or spoon to mix it together. Okay, so the main ingredient is soy sauce. And we're also going to add a little bit of rice vinegar. You can also use white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. Just going to a little splash in there. And this is also something that you could really make to your own taste, where if you wanted it a little spicier, a little sweeter, a little sour, you could kind of play with the ratio of these to make it exactly how you wanted. I'm going to also add some red pepper flakes. I do like it spicy, so I'll add some extra. You could also use hot sauce in place of the red pepper flakes. I'm going to add just a little bit of honey. That's just going to help to balance out all the tartness and the saltiness from the soy and the vinegar. Okay, and I'm also going to use sesame oil. If you've been in class with me before, you've heard me talk about sesame oil. I'm going to give it a smell. It is such a fantastic ingredient. It adds so much flavor. I wish you could all smell this right now. But it is one ingredient that can overpower very quickly. If you only want a splash and you added in a whole tablespoon, that will be the only thing you taste is this sesame oil. So I recommend starting with really just a few drops. And if you love it and you want more, add more. But I like to leave it just at a couple drops until I know for sure. That way you don't have to throw away all of it. Okay, and I'm just going to give a quick mix. And that is exactly how we make that dipping sauce. You could also add herbs. I would love cilantro in there, chives, green onions. You could add garlic or ginger if you wanted. It's really up to you. It's one of those sauces that you can kind of take this base recipe and make it a million different ways. Okay, so these are not ready yet. We're gonna give them just another minute and then we'll check them and see how they're looking. Okay, so it's smelling really good in here. I can smell all these veggies. I'm going to flip one of these so we can see how it looks. Let's see. Beautiful. You do want to try to get a little bit of color on there, a little bit of that golden brown. Because as we've talked about before, anytime vegetables or really anything you're cooking gets caramelized, so it gets that nice golden brown, it's just adding so much flavor. And what that is all those natural sugars coming out of those veggies to create even more flavor. Okay, so we're gonna let those cook for about 5 more minutes. Just to make sure that everything gets crispy and cooked all the way through. Okay, so I just finished these vegetable pancakes. I am very excited to dive in. I also have the dipping sauce that I made next to it and some cilantro and green onions that I put on the top. Just add a little crunch and a little freshness as well. Plus cilantro tastes fantastic and I think it's gonna add lots and lots of flavor. I added all the different colored veggies that I could possibly add into these vegetable pancakes. And I recommend you try to do that anytime you can eat the rainbow and add as many different colors of fruits and veggies into your day as possible. Join me next week when I make crepes. They're one of my favorites. I am very excited. So I'll see everyone soon and have a great day.